Okay, welcome to the second love code. So, this is a really important love code, which is basically clearing the blocks for a new relationship. It's about releasing the past so that you've got enough space for your future partner, for more love with your romantic relationship. It's all about energetically divorcing the people that no longer serve you, the people that are no longer aligned with you. And as you do that, you get to make space for more love. You get to make space for the new relationship because there's nothing worse than carrying your ex with you into the next relationship. And he did that. He broke my heart. So I'm scared that he'll break my heart, or all sorts of things like that. So we don't want to carry those beliefs because then we're expecting it or maybe even manifesting it to happen in the next relationship. So we're kind of carrying our ex, or we can be carrying our ex and the worries into our future relationship that can really restrict it. And so one of the things that I experienced when I sort of first started exploring all of this and the love codes, and I did a whole group program on it, a whole 4 week program on it. And one of the main things was the beliefs that we have about marriage. So when you're little, we don't always understand exactly what marriage is. We know that mum and dad are married or they're not, or, granny and there is some sort of version of marriage. And then we might watch a fairy tale, and our image of marriage might be we're a damsel in distress. We've got to have Prince Charming to come over and rescue us. And that might be the concept of marriage. And I remember when I was in my kindergarten, I think it was about 5 years old, and I got married for the very first time, and it was to a guy called Michael Knight. I still remember it. I had a ring made out of a daisy, and it was going to be a happily ever after, and it's going to be my first ever wedding. All my friends were there, and they were between ages of 5 to 6. It was the most incredible wedding that you'd expect at that age. I think we even got lollipops at the end of it, so it was extra special. Um, and we skipped into the sunset and went to play on the climbing frame, and it just felt like that was my marriage. That was it. That's what's happened, and now we're married, and that's the end. But of course, as children go, tomorrow is a different game. The next week is a different game. And I remember my best friend Debbie. She got to play that game, and she married my Michael. So they got married, and she got the daisy ring, and the next day he married somebody else. So in that moment, that was my concept of marriage. And then I really realized that I'd made these beliefs, beliefs that my best friend would steal my husband, that I had to be quite protective of my friends if I had a partner. I would have to be really, yeah, worried that they're going to leave me and marry somebody else the next week, the next day. And they'd be playing a different game, and they'd be connecting with different people. So through this experience of marrying Michael Knight when I was 5, I'd built all these beliefs about what marriage is. Brought all these beliefs with me, and I was always really insecure in relationships because I, in the back of my head, had this feeling that my best friend would marry my husband, and that would be the end of it, and there's no happily ever after. And so I carried that with every single relationship where I was more protective and clingy, and it was either the husband or the friends, and I couldn't have both, and I couldn't merge the two together because of this worry. And I'm still best friends with Debbie. Don't worry, we've got over that. We're still against Michael Knight. He married both of us in the same week, but we got over that. But because of that experience, my mind had made a hook between marriage and Michael Knight. And so my brain still believed that I was married to him. And then I had crushes and boyfriends and all sorts of things like that. So the idea of marriage was kind of warped. And so I was carrying all those relationships with me. I was carrying all those experiences with me. And then I come into my relationship, and you're still bringing all of that stuff through. So then you're expecting them to leave you, and yeah, it can get really messy because of course they're bringing all their exes. So then you've got a party of like what, 20, 30, 40 people, 40 beliefs. It's really hard to have that deep, meaningful relationship. So one of the massive love codes that we're going to clear now is the energetic divorce. So like I said, the brain can make hooks to people that you're married to. It might think, oh, that was the first crush. You know, when you practice their signature, like I'm going to be Mrs. S. Studman, and this is going to be my signature when we get married, and tiny little things like that. Your brain could just make a hook that, oh, we must be married to that person. Oh, we must be married to Michael Knight. Oh, we must be married to our first crush or whoever it is. And so this whole experience, this whole exercise is to help you identify who those marriages, I want to say the word marriage, but the marriages are, and then being able to release them so that you can move forward into your relationship. So you can see the soulmate as they are, in their magnificent self, rather than seeing them through the goggles of, oh my gosh, they're going to cheat. Oh my gosh, they're going to marry my best friend. Oh my gosh, they're going to leave me in the next week. And you can release those goggles and actually see the love, see the person, see who they truly are. And that's when the deep love happens. So that's what I had to do with my own experience, with my own relationship, was actually be able to release the people that I was carrying forward so that I could find the confidence to connect with them, to love them, to be able to fall deeply in love with them, and just know that they weren't gonna just marry someone else the next week. So that's the idea of the energetic divorce. And marriage is different for everybody, in the sense that there's different cultures, there's different beliefs out there. Even every country's got different ideas, every culture, every family, happy marriages, difficult marriages. And basically we just want to release that so that you've got a blank slate, so that you can see your relationship for what it is, and you can see the person as they are. And through that, that's when you get the deep soul connection. That's when you get the deep love. That's when you get that unconditional love, because as in that beautiful energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you a really powerful muscle testing technique. And this technique comes from applied kinesiology. And using this technique, you can actually identify what your mind, who and what your mind believes that you're married to. So I had one lady who felt that she was married to her job, so she couldn't find a partner because she'd be cheating on her job, and her job was her primary thing. So she'd been manifesting her soulmate, she'd been doing the vision boards, she'd been doing everything, and nothing was happening because she already had this marriage that she was spending 9 to 5 with, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week. She just felt that she couldn't cheat on her job. That's what her mind was coming up with, and she couldn't have both. So once we released the energetic connection to her job, and that she could have both, then she found her soulmate, and everything just changed. So the muscle testing technique is really, really powerful. And basically what that does is it taps into your subconscious mind using this technique. And we can just get the answers and find out what's going on. And then I'm going to take you through a really powerful meditation that will literally shift that. And then we'll be able to test it again and make sure that it's shifted. So that's the idea. So with muscle testing, it helps if you're hydrated. So if it doesn't work on this video, just take a nice drink of water, and that will really help shift it, and also practice it, and it will start to get easier over time. But what I'm going to teach you is the finger method. So what I'm going to invite you to do is place your middle finger and your index finger into a nice little loop like that, and sort of squeeze it really, really tight and feel what that feels like, and then kind of really, really loose. And you kind of want to be in the middle of that. So not too tight, not too loose, just kind of right in the middle. And then you place your finger at the bottom of the circle, and you say the words yes, 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 and then you lift your finger up, and you'll notice it's really strong. So yes, yes, yes. And you'll notice it's a really strong feeling. Your body's strong when you say yes, yes, yes. And then put your finger back down like that. And then say the words no, no, no. And you'll notice there'll be like a little pop. So no matter how hard you hold your fingers out, when you say the words no, 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 there'll just be like a little pop. So you'll be able to feel the difference. So yes is really strong. You can't get your finger out no matter what you do. And then no, 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 you'll just feel that little pop. Is that working for everyone? Happy with that? Amazing. So this is a technique that you can use for beliefs as well. So you can say, I've worked on these, so this is why it comes up. But I love myself is a yes for me. I'm in the UK is a nice yes. I'm in California is a no, so I'll get that little pop. So you can basically play around with this technique, practice it, feel it, and you can identify different beliefs, different blocks, whatever's coming up for you. For example, with the theme of love, you can test I'm worthy, and that's a nice yes because I've worked on that. I'm lovable, that's a yes, and you can, and I yeah, and so you can work through that. But for the purpose of this session, for this love code, for this love activation, what I'm going to invite you to do is find out who your mind believes that you're married to. So you can say the words I am married to, and then just say the name of an ex-partner, a crush, maybe a current partner, maybe, yeah, just have fun with it. Find somebody, and we'll pick one person for this exercise. So just feel like which one is the heaviest, and then we're going to shift that. So for example, I'm married to Michael Knight is a no now, we've divorced ourselves. And I'm married to Adrian Studman is a nice yes, because that's my husband and we've been together for ages, so that's okay. And yeah, I'm married to my business is a no. And you can just explore different things like that. So you can explore, yeah, who your mind believes that you're married to. So you can do the stand-up method or sit down or whatever. And just give me a thumbs up or give me a heart when you've got somebody. And then, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. What if I'm not married? So it's just the belief. Yeah, so it's just the belief that's in your mind. So yeah, you can muscle test I am married and just see what comes up. And there might be a different word for married as well. So you can also test it in your own language or something similar. Or I'm connected to somebody, or I've got a cord connected to them. Um, yeah, it's an interesting one. But it's just the concept of a hook that your mind created when we were trying to figure out what marriage actually was. Because, yeah, you know, when you're 5 years old and you're getting married to Michael Knight in kindergarten, I didn't realize you needed a wedding certificate. I didn't realize it was a piece of paper that was really important. For me, it was just like a party and a lollipop and have fun. So, yeah, it might not be the word married, but it's just the same energy of it. So, just seeing who you're hooked to, if that makes sense. But yeah, feel free to use a different word if that makes it easier. Amazing. Okay, so you guys can listen to this again if you want to pick somebody else or if you want to go deeper into it. But I'm going to take you through the meditation of an energetic divorce. And yeah, we're just going to be releasing those cords completely. And again, you can just listen into this several times. And then what you can do is you can muscle test afterwards, so you can make sure that it has completely cleared. But of course, it can be several layers into it as well. So I'll explore that afterwards. But yeah, so just trust in the process and just close your eyes for a moment. And just breathe, just coming back to your heart space. And just processing everything that I've said. And just reflecting on your own ideas of what marriage is, or relationship is, or connection, or chords, or whatever it is that's related to that word. And just know that your mind just might have made hooks or connections that filled in the gap for information. And that's okay, we're just identifying it now so that we can release it. And the word marriage just basically, I've used that word, but it's just basically that connection to an ex-partner, or a connection to a crush, or connection to somebody that you don't want to bring with you into the next relationships. Amazing. So now I just want to invite you to just connect to unconditional love. So just connect to the earth and just drink up that beautiful Mother Earth energy into every single cell of your being. And again, just lighting up your body with unconditional love. Beautiful. And then just allowing your heart to fill up with love. And then just expanding through that love to become one with the world. allowing Mother Earth to just send love through your heart space, through every single cell. So you just become a beacon of light, beacon of love, as you expand beyond the world to the stars, to the planets. Just imagine that you and the stars are one. Then expanding as if you could go beyond the universe, through layers and layers of light, even further beyond that. Just allowing your light to shine even brighter. You come across this beautiful golden light. Just allow your energy to merge with this beautiful golden light of the guides, the ascended masters, the angels. Just expanding even further. You can see this jelly-like substance that has all the colors of the universe. These represent the laws of the universe, the laws of gestation, law of attraction, law of time, law of cause and effect, law of gestation. And you see a beautiful pink mist called the law of compassion. Just allow yourself to expand through that beautiful pink mist into that unconditional love. And just allow yourself to just merge with this unconditional love. And just realize that you're not separate, you're part of all that is. You're not separate, you're part of all that is. So just receive an instant healing of unconditional love and just trust that you receive whatever it is that you need to receive in this moment. Amazing. Beautiful. So now following that exercise that we just did, just calling in the person that when you muscle tested that your mind believed that you were married to. And if you didn't get anyone, just trust whoever comes up is the person that you need to clear, with the intention of releasing yourself for more love in the next relationship. So just trust whoever comes up is the right person. And just see them for a moment. And just, it's almost like there might be some unfinished business, some unsaid words. I just invite you to just say in your mind whatever it is that you need to say to them. Any emotions, I invite you to say those emotions, release those emotions, express those emotions. Anytime when you've been annoyed or where they've upset you or broken your heart, whatever it is, just tell them. Any unfinished business, any unspoken words. And again, just bringing into that loving energy of the creator of the universe, just fueling you, supporting you so that you can feel safe. Just wrapping a beautiful blanket of love around each and every one of you. Amazing. And then in this moment, I invite you to release them. And just forgive them for all of that experience, because when you forgive them, it releases them instantly. It sets you free. It's a gift for yourself. So you can say the words, what you did was wrong, what you did broke my heart, what you did really upset me. But I forgive you so that I can set us both free. And you can say the words, I energetically divorce you. I energetically divorce you. I energetically divorce you and I set myself free. And just go with it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Just feel into the love. And just know with forgiveness, it's just setting the intention. You don't have to align with it. It's just the intention that just cuts the cord. So just noticing that cord being released from your body. Any of their soul fragments just being cleansed and released from you. Any of your soul fragments or broken heart just being released and cleansed with a beautiful golden light and just being sent back to you. And just bringing back any pieces of a broken heart, just bringing that back into your heart space for an instant healing. Beautiful. You can say the words again. If it doesn't feel completed, just say, I forgive you and I set us both free. I forgive you because I don't want to carry you into my next relationship. Maybe you've been carrying them for so long. I just invite you to make a choice now. You no longer need to carry them further. You no longer have to be the third wheel in your next relationship. You no longer have to be the block that's preventing you from receiving love from your current relationship. So again, you can say, I energetically divorce you. I energetically release the cords. I energetically release any oaths, obligations, soul contracts that are holding us together, that no longer serve us. And we're going to go a little bit deeper and just do an instant release on a soul-to-soul level. All lessons, all insights can be now activated and released in the highest and best way. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now we're just going to spin a beautiful golden sparkly energy through your aura, through your cells, and this is just cleansing everything that you're ready to release, everything that you're ready to let go of. Just doing a beautiful instant cleanse from the top of your head all the way to the tip of your toes, and any low frequency energy, any beliefs, anything that they told you that you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy, any beliefs that you told yourself, just let this beautiful golden light whiz past through your body, through every single cell, whizzing faster and faster and faster, zooming even faster through every single cell of your body, releasing all the lower vibrations, releasing all the heaviness. Just release, release, release. Amazing. Okay, and then just saying the words, it is done, it is done, it is done. And then just coming back into your body and just coming back down, down, down through that beautiful golden light, through the colors of the universe. Just taking some of this unconditional love with you for an instant healing. And coming back down, down, down through the layers and layers of light. Back through, past the stars. Down, 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 back into this ozone layer, past the clouds, all the way to the top of your head. And then just taking a deep breath in and breathing this energy all the way into your heart space. And just feeling this energy as you just grow deep roots all the way into the earth, sending it into the earth, grounding it, crystallizing it, activating it. And just drinking up that beautiful Mother Earth energy from the tip of your toes all the way to the top of your head. And just really ground it, feel it in your body, shifting, moving, aligning. Move your body, whatever you need to do to just really integrate this. And just notice what your body feels like. Notice your body shifting, what it feels like not to carry them with you. That it's possible to move forward without them. And almost thank them for all the gifts. Maybe they taught you what you didn't want in a soulmate. Maybe they taught you how to create your standards. Maybe they taught you what you will tolerate and what you won't. Maybe they taught you to stand up for yourself. Maybe they taught you to love yourself regardless of what they say. Maybe it taught you how to go above other people's opinions. Maybe they saw something in you that activated within you, and you saw something that you hadn't noticed in yourself, some beauty, that zest for life, that irresistibility. Maybe they brought someone into your life, a friend of a friend of a friend that you're best friends with now. So just almost take a moment to just thank them for whatever blessing they brought you. Beautiful. Amazing. Wow. Beautiful. So now when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes, and we're just going to just muscle test to see what's shifted. So just shake your body out, shift your body, shift the energy, just sort of stabilize it. And it's as if you've got like a jacket with a zip. I just want you to imagine just doing the zip up and just going over your head. And what that does is it just seals your energy. It just brings you back into your energy. Beautiful. Amazing. So then again, just using the muscle testing technique. So just using that position or that position. Or you can, of course, you can stand up as well. And then just placing your finger at the bottom and saying the words yes, yes, yes. And then lifting your finger up, and you'll feel it's nice and strong. And then just saying the words no, no, no. And you'll just notice that little pop. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so we always do this just to make sure that it's all working, that you've got the baseline, because sometimes if a healing's really big, it can kind of shift your energy. So it's just always important to just check your yeses and nos. And then you can muscle test the marriage thing. So yeah, I've cleared all of mine, so it's kind of shifted, but I'm married to Michael Knight, is a no. I'm married to Adrian Studman, is a yes, which we are, so that's okay. So now you can use the muscle testing technique to make sure that that has shifted. And if it hasn't, then you can always go back to this meditation again, and you can pick a different person, and you can just go through this meditation to really start to shift all those beliefs, start to shift all those blocks, so that you can, come back to love. So, so the energetic divorce is so powerful because it just declutters your mind, it declutters your heart, it brings you back to your relationship. So you stop seeing your partner through all the other experiences that you've had, because it's normal for us to experience stuff and we build beliefs about it, we build schemas, we build all sorts of different ideals about relationships. And when you go through this energetic divorce, I mean, you could even test things like I'm married to Prince Charming or random things like that. It just gives you space for your relationship, so then you can grow it, you can nurture it, you can shift it. And also when you're searching for your soulmate, you can know if they are the one or if they're just filling in some gap of something that was missing from the other partner. It's like, he was like this, so I need to find somebody like that. But when you release all of that, you're just seeing them for who they are and also who they're going to become, so that they can really elevate you, support you, and shift you. So yeah, that's just step one. Which is the energetic divorce. And sometimes you might notice that the beliefs come back, and it's almost like sometimes you need to do a deeper healing. So you need to do a bit more of a soul healing to be able to release it. And also sometimes we need to release the beliefs that they were teaching us, or the different lessons. So there might be different layers to these people coming into our lives. And so the first step is to identify the marriage or anything along those lines, and being able to identify that as the first step. And then we kind of go deeper through the meditations. We go deeper and deeper and deeper into the different layers, like an onion. I've been watching Shrek, so it's kind of like an onion. And each layer gets deeper and deeper, and each layer builds the relationship even stronger. So today we've energetically divorced them, which is amazing. The next level is to identify the blocks and the beliefs that they were telling us. So if they kept telling us, you're too fat, you're too fat, you're too fat, that might have become part of our identity, and then we see ourselves as fat. So the next step is to identify what those blocks were and release us from that. I saw my father. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So we can actually absorb different beliefs from our fathers, from our relationships. And then the next layer is to find out what things we've picked up from our parents. So there might have been, what kind of marriage did they have? What kind of relationship did they have? Because that was your first blueprint for relationships. So we're going to be releasing that so that you can really create your own blueprint of what your relationship is. Free from that. So my father used to travel a lot. So I ended up having long distance relationships because that's what I saw love was. And it wasn't until I realized that I was like, actually, no, I don't want long distance relationships. So then I found somebody that didn't want that either. But all the relationships were long distance in some way. And so the other level is, I feel like this is going to be a longer program. So the love codes is like a 4 week section of a 3 month program. But I feel like it's going to go even deeper. So yeah, lots to come. But basically, we're going to be identifying family blocks, ancestral lines as well. So there's going to be beliefs in your ancestral lines of what a relationship's supposed to be like. And then you're merging with somebody else. So then they've got all their exes, relationships, experiences, beliefs, and all that sort of stuff. So as you start to release your stuff, you show up as the soulmate you want to be. And then it's almost like your soulmate catches up with you. Your soulmate starts to reflect the same thing. And what's beautiful about that is like me and my husband grow together. Like I'll elevate, I'll do some amazing training, I'll shift my energy, and then it's almost like he'll shift up and we'll kind of grow together, lift each other up. But it's, yeah, it starts from within with the self love. And yeah, there's lots of layers to it, but this was the first section. So identifying the people that your mind believes that you're married to, releasing the hooks and cords, and then you can see it with clarity. You can declutter your heart, and then you can heal your heart, and then you can use the heart compass to find your soulmate, which is, yeah, super powerful. And using your intuition, you can find them, and then you can keep them because it's all good at finding them, but actually you need to build that relationship so that it's so deep and so incredible that it just feels every area of your life. So yeah, so this is just step one, and we got lots more to do. But yeah, I've got lots to share with you guys that I can't fit into 90 minutes. But I have got a 90-day course, so we're going to cover all of that in the 90-day session, which I'll share the links with as well. So beautiful, beautiful souls. I hope you've enjoyed this love activation.